Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Tile Map Series tutorial. Today is the fourth lesson of this series. This lesson mainly introduces the overview of tile maps marker points. First, let me briefly introduce the marker points. In tile mapping applications, markers are a frequently used function. It allows users to quickly and accurately mark specific location information and often interact with data settings. For example, when clicking on a marker point, it can switch to the corresponding perspective and pop up a pop-up window with detailed information. And start this specific demonstration. This example project has added a GIS electronic map in the component layer on the left. Select this GIS electronic map. Double-click the map component to enter the editing state. Click the drawing column in the left toolbar and select the first marker. You can see that the software provides many preset styles of free marker points. Here I will introduce the types of markers. Markers can be generated by manual addition and data addition. The former can be freely moved and are called free markers. The latter requires binding corresponding data, such as latitude and longitude and spatial coordinate systems. They are called data markers. All shown here are free marker points. Let's select one of them. To add a marker point style, here we use the basic marker group for demonstration. We need to use the mouse first. Select a point on the map. And then click the Finish button in the upper left corner to add the marker point. In fact, when we add a marker point in the scene, we are adding a marker group, which is a collection of marker points. We can set these markers uniform settings. If you want to add more markers to a marker group, we can select the component layer. Select this marker group. At this time, in the left upper corner of the scene editing interface, upper left corner, you can see the Add button. Click the button to add in the scene. Add more markers to the group. Many times, we need to perform data linkage, and data filtering operations. Using free markers cannot achieve this. We need to convert the free markers into data marker points. At this time, we need to select all the free markers first. Then right-click the mouse and select Copy Data. Then create and open a new Excel file and open an Excel file. Paste the copied data into the table. and change the name to DataMark. DataMark 1, DataMark 2, and DataMark 3. After modification, save this. To save the Excel file, click Data in the upper left corner of the visualization. Add data. Import the Excel file just saved and import it into the project. Then select the marker group in the component layer. Click on the data column on the right. In the public data of the lower dashboard, bind the example data to the corresponding data field. In this way, the data marker points are added. We delete the previously added free marker points. At this point, the free marker is completed. Conversion from free marker points to data marker points. In the data column, you can set data markers, data linkage, and data filtering. Next, I will introduce the style settings of the marker points. The style of the marker point needs to be set uniformly on the marker group. All the markers under the marker group share the style and interaction of the marker group. Let's introduce these settings items separately. First is the basic settings. Here we can set the display, hiding, visibility, and whether it can be clicked. After enabling these two settings, to further enable the click, the settings item of switching perspectives, we can modify the duration of view switching. The smaller the value, the faster the perspective switch. We can also set the map level. The range is 1 to 19, and the larger the value, the more detailed the view after switching. We exit the editing state. Click on one of the marker points to demonstrate the effect of perspective switching. If there are any markers outside the administrative area, when we turn on the hidden, after enabling the settings of hidden area markers, these markers will be automatically hidden. Here I'll show you the specific effect. The second is the aggregation settings. In tile mapping applications, when there are a large number of markers in an area, if all the markers are displayed, it may cause the mapping interface to be too crowded, affecting the user experience and map readability. It's similar to the effect shown in the example. At this time, we need to use the aggregation settings of the markers. It will combine multiple nearby into one aggregated point. It can effectively reduce visual clutter, thus improving the readability and performance of the map. Here, after we turn on aggregation and check the changes of the marker points, we can find that these nearby automatically aggregated. On the right, you can set the aggregation distance, switching duration and window inner margin values. When the distance between the markers is less than the aggregation distance, they will automatically aggregate. The other two settings correspond to the switching speed and the inner margin size. I won't repeat them here. First, we click the button to exit the editing state. Then click the aggregated marker to switch perspectives. We can also set the style of aggregated, the style of aggregated markers. In the marker image, you can upload local images. In the marking size, you can modify the width and height. The default values are both 50. We can also set the font of the aggregated numbers, including font color, size, and so on. In the offset settings below, we can also change the position of the aggregated numbers. We can also set the background for the aggregated numbers. There are 3 types, which are no colors and pictures. When choosing a color or image, you can customize the background color or background image. And you can also change the size and offset of the background. Here is a simple operation demonstration. That's all about the aggregation settings. Next, I will introduce the third style, marker style. There are 3 default styles for the marker points: hovering, selected, and after selection. You can set these 3 states separately. The marker style under these 3 states, corresponding to the mouse moving in and out, and clicking to select the marker point. In the basic style, we can set the image size and offset of the marker point, image size and offset. In the text style, we can set some common items, such as whether to display font offset and text background. We can modify these three. The marking styles in different states. After modification, we exit the map editing state. Then use the mouse to move in. Move in and out and select the marker point. You can observe that in these three states. The marker points will present different styles. The last one is the panel settings. Just like most components, the marker point can also be bound to a pop-up window. We still need to exit the editing state first. Add a pop-up component in the left component library. Then go back to the panel settings. Bind the pop-up component we just added. And you can also set the display method of the pop-up window. There are two ways: two-dimensional follow and two-dimensional fixed. Here we choose two-dimensional following. At this time, if we click the marker point, the pop-up window will automatically pop up. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.